Islam, there is a huge emphasis on knowledge, and if you look through history, you will find a major contribution of Muslims in human civilization. I would like to start my discussion with something that I know most of people don't know about, which is the first word of the first verse that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the word read. And this is unquestionably a clear emphasis on the value of knowledge and education in Islam. And I would like to share with you some of the examples that shows how Islam contributed to the knowledge, to human civilization through spreading knowledge, science, and discovery. First example is there was two Muslim women who are Fatima and Maryam al-Farhi, who built the world's first university in Morocco. The university name is Al-Qarawiyyin. It was built in 859 AD, which is the Islamic calendar. And for several years, students were schooled, and at the end of their education, a teacher evaluated the student and awarded a degree based on the satisfactory performance. The concept of awarding a degree, okay. The concept of awarding a degree would spread from Morocco to Spain and later on to the University of, I don't know how to pronounce this correctly, the University of Bologna in Italy and Oxford in England. And this example shows, this is a clear example that shows how women and how Muslim women are active contributors to society, and it's contrary to the myth that Islam suppressed women. And one of the greatest Muslim contribution to civilization began in the 8th century when Muslim scholar inherited the Greek philosophy. The wisdoms from the ancient Greece text was translated from Latin to Arabic by Muslim scholars, thus creating one of the greatest transmission of knowledge in world history. The third example is the surgeon al-Zahrawi, who is often called the father of surgery. He wrote an illustrated encyclopedia that will ultimately be used as a guide to urban surgeons for the next 500 years. Al-Zahrawi's surgical instruments such as cables and the bone saws and forceps are still being used by modern surgeons. Al-Zahrawi is also reportedly the first surgeon to perform a C-section operation. The rule of transmission of knowledge and science and having this rule as a part of life was central in the Islamic world. And that was reflected not only in the Islamic civilization at that time, but on the human development as a whole. Because that knowledge was transferred to Europe and become the basis of European civilization afterward.